Donald Trump won the 2024 election in a complete and total landslide. And also, Republicans did very well in down ballot races like in the Senate and in the House. And so, in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at all of the most shocking results of the 2024 election. So, let's get into it. So, as you know, Donald Trump didn't just win the election, but he won all 7 swing states, and some of them by larger margins than you would have expected. Like Arizona, Trump won by 5.7%. Now, a big reason why Trump did really well in Arizona is Arizona is number one, a border state, so that definitely does help him in the state of Arizona. And then there's an organization called Turning Point Action, which really got out the vote in Arizona. And it does look like Trump is going to win Arizona by 5 to 6 points. Now, I never really thought that Trump was going to win this. I had Trump winning this by 1 to 3 points. I didn't think he was going to win by this large of a margin. And so this was definitely very, very shocking. What another trend you also saw is Trump gaining ground in these deep blue areas. So this map shows the shift of states from 2020 to 2024. See, California has shifted 9 points to the right. New York, 11 points to the right. And then Texas, which was a left trending state, trending 8 points to the right. So you can really see with this map, it was a complete landslide for Trump. Let's get back to the battleground states though. So then in Nevada, Trump is up by 3.2%. Now, Nevada was expected to be close, and so Trump winning by this big of a margin was definitely a surprise. Now, in Georgia, Trump won by a small margin, 2.2%, and then also in North Carolina, Trump won by 3.4%. But one thing that I really was surprised about is Pennsylvania, the margin of Trump's victory in Pennsylvania. Final prediction, I had Trump winning the state. I didn't think he was going to win it by 2 points, but he did, which was really, really surprising. And not only did the president win in Pennsylvania, the Senate candidate also won in Pennsylvania. Dave McCormick unseated very popular Senator Bob Casey. Bob Casey was caught sleeping on this race, and McCormick has ousted him. Now, I know a lot of news networks haven't called this yet, but AP has called it. So I do think that that's probably gonna go to Dave McCormick. I'm like 99% sure. Like there would have to be a miracle that Bob Casey won, but it's basically over in Pennsylvania. So that was really, really surprising in Pennsylvania. And then another thing that was surprising is actually Wisconsin voted to the left of all the Rust Belt states. Now, Wisconsin was usually the state that would vote to the right of all Rust Belt states. You see that Trump won Michigan by 1.4%, but then he only won Wisconsin by about 0.9%. So that was really, really surprising in the swing states. And if you look at Texas, we see that Trump won it by about 14 points. That's almost back to Mitt Romney margins in 2012. And then Florida, he won it by 13 points. Most predictors and myself had him winning it by a likely margin, but he really, really gained in Florida. And then, what was most shocking of all, my home state of New Jersey, Harris only won it by a little over 5 points. She actually is doing worse in New Jersey than she's doing in Virginia. Really, really surprising news. And if you look at the shift, you see that New Jersey shifted 10.6% to the right. Really, such big shifts. And if you want to see how that actually happened, there was a big shift in Passaic County right here. This county voted for Biden in 2020, but now totally flipped. Also, Atlantic County and a lot of these counties that voted for Biden flipped to Trump. So if Republicans keep on making gains in New Jersey, you never know. This could become a battleground state. But also, Trump also made gains in New York, in Minnesota, in New Mexico, and in Massachusetts and Maryland, very Democrat states. So it would be an understatement to say that this election was really surprising because these results were absolutely shocking. Now let's go to the Senate results. So even though Donald Trump won all 7 swing states, the Senate candidates did not do as well. Mike Rogers in Michigan came really close to winning. The difference between Alyssa Slotkin and Mike Rogers, I'm pretty sure, is about like 20,000 votes. And then same with Baldwin and Hovde. Hovde is only down by 0.8%. All news organizations have called this one for Baldwin. And really, the reason why she won is because Democrat donors propped up a far-right candidate, which took away votes from Hovde. If you actually give the far-right candidates votes to Hovde, Hovde narrowly beats Baldwin. So I know that definitely is a bummer for Republicans. And then you see also Nevada. Now, Sam Brown was trailing for most of the cycle by like 9 points, but he's only down by 1.5%, and this has been called for Jackie Rosen. I feel like if Republicans put more money into that, it could have gotten closer. And then, of course, Gallego won against Lake. Kari Lake, I'm telling you, if any other Republican ran in Arizona, any other Republican could win. But Kari Lake is super unpopular in Arizona, and she went down for the second time. And so that is a hold for the Democrats. So this wasn't, and of course, then Dave McCormick, he pulled it off. That was really shocking. I never had Dave McCormick winning Pennsylvania, but I was proved wrong. Republicans put a lot of money into Pennsylvania, and it definitely paid off. And of course, flips in Montana and Ohio. Moreno actually outperformed my prediction. I saw him winning anywhere between 0 to 3 points, and he won by 4 points. So he definitely did outperform my expectations. And so Republicans had a mid-year in the Senate. A lot of people did not see McCormick picking up, so that was definitely a bright spot for the Republicans. Now we're going to go to the House results. Now, looking state by state, we see that there were 2 competitive ones in Arizona. Schwetzgert is up, and we have Siscomanni. These 2 haven't been called. I actually think Schwetzgert has been called. These are 2 very competitive districts, but it does look like Republicans are going to hold on in both of them. Now, there was one that was really surprising, and I was really surprised that Gabe Evans actually ousted incumbent Democrat Yadira Caravello. It was called most organizations have called this race, and I didn't think that this was going to go to the Democrats, considering that Colorado is a pretty Democrat trending state. So I was very surprised about that. If we look at DDHQ, we see that right now they're projecting Republicans so far have 216 seats to Democrats 209, but they haven't called the race that most organizations have called, which is Gabe Evans, Austin, Yadira Caravello. So once that's called, Republicans would only need one more seat to win. And so I definitely do believe Republicans are going to take the majority. I could see them winning anywhere between 221 to 224 seats. It depends how they do in California, as there's a lot of competitive ones. We see John Duarte's district, David Valadao. Then we have Mike Garcia, Ken Calvert. And we have some really close ones with Min and Michelle Steele. So we're going to have to see how everything shakes out in California. I do see Republicans holding the House and having a slim majority. But so you might be seeing these shifts in these places, like you saw an 11-point shift in New York, but then you only saw a 2.4% shift in Colorado. And you might be wondering, how are these shifts so specific to these places like California, Arizona, Texas, Florida, Illinois, New York, and New Jersey? Now, what the common factor in all these states are is they have a high Latino population. And if we look at the exit polls, we see that Trump did a lot better with Latino men. Latino men voted for Biden by 23 points, and Trump has won Latino men by 12 points according to the CNN exit polls. Trump really did better with Latino men and black men, and the Republican coalition has become a lot more diverse. you see that with white voters with college degrees, Harris made gains, but then when it happened to voters of color college degrees shifted 10 points to the right. But this election was definitely a shocker, and I think you could really see coalition shifting of the Democrat Party becoming more the party of white college educated voters, and the Republican Party becoming more diverse and having a broad coalition and making gains with Latinos and really turning out young men like Trump did. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button down below. Comment your thoughts or suggestions in the comment section down below. Shout out to Diana Barbie, our first channel member. If you would like to become a member, you can join near my channel logo. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.